Good morning, good morning. Hi there. Happy Friday. Where is everybody? Yeah, it's time to have some morning joy. I'm going to find this and make sure I'm streaming. There I am. And share it out. So if you come in, when you come in, help me share it. Sharing is caring. Somebody's on here. Good morning, good morning. Let's get in here and get some joy started. Sally D, you're up early. Good morning, sweetheart. Just sharing it now. Okay. Becky, good morning to you. Sandra King. Hello, hello. It's Friday. Are you excited? It feels so good this morning. And I woke up really, really early this morning. And I'm like, no, I can't get up just yet. But I did, and I'm up. I'm glad. It's been a great day already, and it's only 7:30 in the morning, but it's already a great day. So, I was talking about this, it was yesterday, how time, I know it's Friday already, Becky, how time just, it's a non-thing anymore. I just am feeling that spaciousness, and I love it. I love feeling into the spaciousness and not seeing everything in the 3D anymore. Cleo, what are you doing? I'm over here. He's looking for me. Because I'll move to the other side of the table so you all can see the nature behind me. I can't go out there to do the broadcast, which is what I wanted to do, because they're building next door, and the construction workers, of course, get out there early before the sun is so hot. So the kids don't like that. There's somebody and they don't know who it is, so they're going to bark. So we're in here, right, Cleo? We're in here. And they're all like, we haven't seen you sit over here. What's going on? You changed the routine on us. I've been here for a few days now, and so they're getting used to what I do in my routine, and they come up and give me kisses and hugs and just love on me, and I love that. And this little one, Cleo, has just been, he's become my best buddy. He wants to be where I am and do whatever it is that I'm doing, because obviously I guess it must be good. But yeah, they've been sleeping with me. They've been protecting me and protecting the house. They're just adorable animals. I love being here in their energy. And it's great to start my day with animal energy. And I feel like the Pied Piper. I get out of bed and start walking down the hallway, and they're right behind me. They're like, let's go, let's go. You're going to give us something good. I know you are. And then I go to the bathroom, and they're like, now we have to wait. Good morning, Carol Allen. Good morning, Marietta. Oh, it's so good to see you all on here. Nikhil and Natalie. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Jean Lorio, good morning, my sweet friend. And Danny on Periscope, hello to you. I've been getting more Periscope people on here. I love that. And Danny, tell us where you are. What part of the world are you in? We always like to know when we come on and socialize with each other in the morning. It's like, okay, we can envision where you are if we know a little more. So, and I am so excited for this trip. It gets more real every day as I'm seeing friends here locally and not really saying goodbye, but saying I won't see you for a while, so I want to see your face now. And I was supposed to do that today, but I had some other things that came up. So I'll be staying put at the house today. And I have a 3 o'clock program called Angel Speakers in Espanol. And I have a dear friend that translates what I say into Spanish. So if that's something that interests you, or you know somebody that could benefit from hearing messages. And actually today we're going to do another Time Heal session, and Lily is going to translate it into Spanish. So if you know somebody that speaks Spanish, just let them know at 3 o'clock today, they can come in and get that Time Heals energy healing. Or if you missed it yesterday, you can come in today at 3, or you can do it again. I can never get enough of energy healing. So just come in and be blessed again, and see how the energy flows for you. And for those of you that are doing the training, that would be really good for you to see it done again. The more you get exposed to it before you're actually trained and attuned to it, that's a really good thing. Carol, it sounds like my cat. He's my shadow attached to my hip. Yeah, my cats were that way when they were here in their physical bodies. And she has one cat, Liko the cat. And Liko has been very distant. So this morning when I woke up, I heard the cat. And I'm going, well, that's different. You're never here in the morning. I always have to wonder if you're going to come in to eat. So yeah, so she has 3 dogs and a cat, and I've just been loving being in that animal energy again. Prachetta, namaste to you, darling. How are you doing? And hopefully your internet will allow you to be here present with us the whole time this morning. And how is our Prachir? Let's send him lots of love and let him know that we're thinking about him every day on this show. Prachir is such a big part of our family. Sally says, lots to do today. We are switching seasons at the center today. So it's goodbye to summer and hello to autumn. I love autumn. I love all of the leaves changing, all the different feel in the air. Everything just feels fresh and crisp. And I love that. We don't get that here in Florida. So I'm really looking forward to it. When I leave here next Friday, I'm going to be traveling through some mountainous areas. And so it's going to be just amazing to see all the actual change of the season as I go north and head up to Michigan. Hope, good morning, good afternoon to you. Oh, you're on your way back from dialysis, feeling great. I'm so glad to hear that, Hope. And Hope, I hope that session yesterday of Time Heals was helping you. And I'm doing it again in case you missed that announcement. I'll be doing it at 3 o'clock today on Angel Speakers in Espanol, and Lily will translate all of it into Spanish. So I'm hoping you can jump on there. And Gabby, good morning, sweet Gabby. Good morning, Sharon Boyle. Or actually, it's afternoon for all of you. For Gabby, it's evening. And for Sharon and Hope, it's afternoon. I hope you all are doing really well. I am. My energy has been so high, and I'm finally done with everything. I have everything moved out. Everything has been either sold or given away, and clothes packed up. So I'm ready for my trip to begin and ready for this journey to begin. Next week on Wednesday, we're going to have a fundraiser celebration, and join in on that. That is going to be a blast. Sherry Myers and Karen Palmer have joined together, and they are going to bring all kinds of information and things, and I'll be talking about the journey. I'll be actually explaining more about what it looks like as I go along the way, and how everyone can participate and be a part of what I'm doing. And I'm so happy that people are becoming patrons, and very happy that the first class I'm going to hold has got students that have already signed up. So if you want to be part of that, just let me know and I will send you the information. Okay, what else we got? Sharon Boyle. Lots of leaves had fallen yesterday through the woods. We had a long walk a new way, and it was lovely. Oh, I'm sure if you posted pictures, I'll have to go in and look at those. Sally says, I painstakingly hung falling leaves in the 9 chakras in one of the display windows. It looks amazing. I bet it does. And hopefully there's a picture of that. And Mike John on Periscope, thank you for being with us this morning. Okay, so Sharon and Gabby have some news. So I'm waiting to hear your news. And yes, you can share that. Absolutely. Prachetta has very bad connectivity here, going back home on the 12th of September. All right, honey, we'll be traveling at the same time. So we'll have to have those travel angels working with each of us as we go our way, won't we? And thank you, Gabby. I'm excited for this adventure also. It's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, I think. I really think that's the word for it. As the angels unveil more and more of it, when I talk, they bring the energy out and just state whatever it is that's going to happen. See, Megan Michael, good morning to you. And I really hope that we can stop and say hello to each other on my way out of Florida. Okay. Hope says, I actually listened to Time Heals during my dialysis session this morning. We'll be on with you at 3. You know, I love being with you and Lily. Yes, a weakness for Spanish. I know, I love hearing it spoken. I really do. And I tried to learn Spanish when I was a teenager, when I was in my first year of college. I wasn't a good student, just being honest. I loved high school. Absolutely loved everything about school. I loved learning. I was like a sponge. I just absorbed everything that was taught to me. But when I got into my first year of college, I guess I just went a little wild. And the classes that I took, I couldn't get excited about. I signed up for Spanish because that was the only foreign language being offered there at that time. It was a small community college. And I had studied French in high school and love, and still do, absolutely love the French language. So I got into my Spanish class, and it was so different from French or from the teaching that I had received about learning French. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't relate to the teacher. I blew it off. I would go and just skip class every day. I just wouldn't even go to class. And then the teacher caught me one day. I don't know if she came looking for me or what, but she found me and we had a chat, and I just dropped out because I just couldn't do it. And I've never taken the time. It hasn't been a priority to learn Spanish, but I think I would like to do that now. I would like to know more of what's being said when people are speaking in Spanish. So that might be something that I can do as I'm traveling when I have many, 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 many hours of time alone in the car. It's me and the road. Okay, Christina, good morning, my sweet Christina. And what else we got? Lily Ann in Norway. Good morning, Lily Ann. And yes, I've been talking for about 5 years about going to Norway. I can see that happening with all of what's going on with this journey. And okay, so the word is out, the secret is out. Gabby and Sharon will be together every Wednesday. It'll be 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. And then that will be replayed every Wednesday at 10 o'clock. For those of you that won't be able to catch the 6:30 show, Sharon will do her sound healing on Wednesdays, and Gabby will be the host. She will be there to talk to her and talk to her before and after the sound healing. So I can't wait to see you two together. And trust me, I am going to catch every one of those. But that's a really good time for me. Normally at 6:30, I'm listening to Abraham, which I do every morning. I listen to the Good Morning Rampage video where she's saying, this is a good morning. This is a very good morning. I love that one. If you haven't heard it, please listen to that, because, and especially in the morning, because it gets you revved up for your day. And C says, maybe we can go to Casadega together or some adventure. Let me see what it looks like, C, because I'm leaving Miami. I'm picking up the car here in the morning time as soon as I can. And then I would like to be in that Carrie's in Knoxville that night. So let me see what that looks like. Okay, we have activity outside. Prachetta, you're looking forward to going back to Delhi to take care of your parents' house. And that's happening on the 12th of September. So I'll remember that you're traveling when I'm traveling and put you in my prayers for that. Gabby, you learned French. Yeah, I love the French language. And even though I learned it so long ago and I don't use it at all, I still recognize the words. When I see the words written, I still know the meaning of those words because I just loved it and really, brought it into my energy. C says, Duolingo is free and best language learning program I have ever used. Okay, thank you for that. I will definitely check into that. As good as Rosetta Stone, but free. I use it for German and Spanish and some others for fun. Wonderful. Well, I will definitely check into that and start learning some Spanish. Maybe I'll surprise Lily as I learn some of the words. Because when she speaks, it's so beautiful. Just the sound coming out and the rhythm, I think is what I like, the rhythm that she speaks in. It's really beautiful. If you haven't tuned in on Fridays, Lily does this every Friday. She comes on and translates what's being said into Spanish. Good morning, Charlie Coons. So good to see you this morning. Carol says, I had the hard French teacher in high school. When I was in college, I switched to Spanish and she was in my class. Oh my gosh, how awesome is that? Yeah, my French teacher in high school, just loved French. She loved the language. And I think that's what came through to me. And isn't it that way when we find somebody that's excited and interested in what they're teaching? It just makes us want to learn it because that energy is so huge and we resonate with the excitement of it. That's what I've found. If I'm trying to learn something, like if I sign up for a class and it's not made interesting, I lose it. Okay, we got a lot of activity. All right, Cleo, come here. Cleo is being very protective of his property right now. And C says, yes, I love the Good Morning Abraham Rampage. Good morning, Josie. I got to see my Josie yesterday and got my hug. It was absolutely beautiful to be there in your energy and love and light and to sit and chat with you for a little bit. It was really good to see you. And Mr. Hubby, he didn't come down to see me, but If he jumps on here, I'll give him a hard time about it. And C says, okay, I understand that would not work then, but hopefully I can see you for a hug or lunch, if not another time. Yeah, it would be right at lunchtime when I'm up your way. So let's plan on that, C. Let's do something and just sit with each other for a bit and be in each other's energy. Christina says, Latin-based languages are very beautiful. They really are. They're so beautiful to listen to, and the energy and the rhythm. You know, Latin people have such rhythm. I just love it. I love the dancing, the music, the language. It's all just so beautiful. Okay, so let's see who else. Ravi is with us this morning. Good morning to you. And seeing if anybody else jumped on. I love that we have Periscope people that have been coming on and finding us. And I'll have to go on there today and follow some of them that are coming on to this show and see what they're all about. And maybe they'll come onto Facebook into the family so you can get to know some of them. Oh, see, thank you for that link. Duolingo.com. Awesome. And Jean says, sounds great, Gabby and Sharon. I can't wait. Teri, there are similarities between Spanish and French. They are both romantic languages. Yeah, they are. They are. I love hearing both of them being spoken. And I don't know, there's just something about the French language that I just so resonated with when I learned it. Be interesting to explore in past lives, to do a regression and see why I was so attracted to the French language and see what history is there that I've lived in a prior life. Oh, Ricky is there with you. Well, Rick Morrow, I wanted to see you yesterday. I understand you had a to-do list to do, but I'm going to miss you, my friend. You're very special. I don't know if I'll get a chance to get back up there or not. I'm going to see how this next week goes. And as I get into the preparation for the trip, I'm going to be doing a lot of meditating. I may do a day where I go into silence after the morning show and just be silent, not speak, not have any type of electronics around me, and just sit out here in this beautiful nature area that I'm in and have that full day from the morning to night of just sitting. I did it for 24 hours I think it was 2 years ago. I did a day of silence where I turned everything off and didn't speak. I didn't talk to anybody. There was no phone activity, nothing for 24 hours. And I have to tell you, it's interesting to do that. If you've never tried it, if you've never done a shutdown, shut out everything and step away from everything, it will change you. It will certainly change your vibration. For one thing, that was what I noticed. The vibration shifted as I did that. And it was so good to do it. At first it was hard, because I'm on social media a lot and I have messages all day long from people. My phone rings constantly. So for me to commit to a day of silence, at first I was like, oh yeah, I want to do that. And then it came time to do it. And I sat in a chair and I just sat there for a moment. And my ego brain started saying, people are reaching out to you, people are contacting you, so-and-so is doing this show. The ego brain started to kick in and say, you're missing something. That was the human part that said, you're missing something. And then finally it clicked and I'm going, no, I'm not missing anything. I'm gaining something. And I went into a meditation, and that's all it took to really get me started for the day, to do that meditation time. And then I picked up paper and pen and just sat there and listened and asked, what do you want to say? What do you want to say? What's coming out of you? Because when you do that silence, you hear spirit so loudly. You're able to actually hear what they're saying. And that inner voice in you starts to speak. And you're not speaking vocally, but the inner voice starts to express itself because there's nothing to distract you. There's nothing pulling you in different directions. And you're able to just be. And it's kind of like Eckhart Tolle's Stillness Speaks. When you sit in the stillness and you're not constantly moving and changing and being pulled one direction or another direction, you start to come alive. And that's what happens. And I remember the first time that I listened to Stillness Speaks, I had it on audio. And I was sitting outside and I'm listening to his voice. And he's talking about the tree, about just getting into the energy of a tree, just being with it, not speaking, just listening. And you actually hear what the message is from the tree. And you can do that with anything at all, as you sit and focus totally on what it is that you are becoming. Because everything that we think is out there in our environment, everything that we see outside of us, that's all us. There is nothing out there. It's us. So as we sit with a tree, we are that tree. And the realization of that really hits when you do that kind of exercise, when you're just quiet. You quiet your mind, you quiet the distractions, and just sit and be. And that's what I'm going to do. I don't know which day I'm going to do that. I'll plan it out and just sit in silence for the whole day and see what comes out of it, because I think that's going to be instrumental in starting me on this journey, in really getting that jump start to where I'm going to be going. And Rick, there you are, my friend. I got to give your wife a hug, but I didn't get to give you one yesterday. Lillian says, I so much love listening to French and always wanted to learn that too. My son, I love that language all my life. Yeah. And C says, I love that idea, a day of silence. Sally says, I do it regularly, go off grid. It does the soul good. Yeah, it really does. It does you good. I mean, even if you can only do it like for 4 hours, that amount of time will give you a beginning to really see what it feels like to shut down everything, to just go radio silent on all electronics, and to just sit with you, just with you. And you get to know yourself better. If you have a pen and paper, you might be amazed at what comes out, what creativity comes forth once we're not shutting that down, once we're not stuffing things down inside of us. Okay, Suzanne, I grew up 10 minutes from the French border. We learned French already in kindergarten, all the way till high school graduation. It's a beautiful language indeed. It really is, Suzanne. I just can't get enough of it. And there's songs that I listen to in French. I love the energy of their music. It's very romantic. It's such a romantic language. And even if you don't understand one word that's being said, you get the essence of it just from their expression and the way they say it. C says, maybe when you visit me, we can go sit by the water at one of the parks. We can just be. C, have you been to Manatee Park? I used to go to that when I lived in Melbourne, and there was so much activity with the manatees there. I always saw manatees when I was in that park. Hope says, Terry, sorry, what were you listening to? Oh, it's Eckhart Tolle, and the name of the book is Stillness Speaks. Stillness Speaks. And it really does. It really talks to us. When we're quiet and we're still, we're going to hear the message. Christina, I started with French and went to Italian. My grandpa, who was from Quebec, spoke it, and I loved to hear him. So I wanted to try. I wasn't very good at it. I decided to switch to Italian. My dad's side all immigrated from Italy, and I was going into the medical field, so figured the Latin-based Italian would help me with medical terminology. It really does, Christina. I had to learn medical terminology as well because I did medical transcription for years. And you have to know all those words, the root of the word, what it means. And once you get the root, I loved my etymology class in school and college, because once you get the root of the word, then you understand that word. And that's how we learn the other languages. Learning that one root meaning helps us with all the other languages. Gabby, having a moment with Jeff. Love you all. Prayers for Gaia and her elementals. Love you, sweet Gabby. Hopefully I'll see you at 3:00 my time today, and you can go through that time heals experience all over again. And she says, I've never been there. It sounds amazing. It is. It's in Melbourne. It's in old Melbourne, I think, like close to downtown, maybe. If I remember, oh my gosh, it's been probably 20 years since I've been there. But it was such an amazing place where the manatees would just come in and play, and you could see the adults and the babies. Yeah, so hopefully I'll check into, I'll look it up online and see if it's still there, and see if maybe we can meet there at Manatee Park and do a video with the manatees. That would be awesome to start my trip that way. So we'll talk. We'll talk. So this is awesome that you guys are here. What's everybody doing for the weekend? Anybody got big plans? It's a holiday weekend. Thank you all for telling me yesterday that we were going into a holiday weekend. I had no clue. I was wondering yesterday why the traffic had been so heavy. And yesterday, coming back down to Miami, oh my goodness, we were a parking lot on the interstate. It was just bumper to bumper traffic, and some people being stupid. There were a lot of cops. There were a few accidents, and people trying to maneuver in something that's not maneuverable. So just praying for safety this weekend for those that are on the road, those that are out and about and doing the things that they do. Labor Day used to be this really big day to barbecue and gather with friends and family. You would see the parks would be full of people on Labor Day with cookouts and things like that. So I'm not quite sure down here what the restrictions are for gathering in the parks. I know when I went to the park last week to release the ashes, there were several people there doing cookouts. It wasn't huge groups, but there were groups that were gathered doing some cookouts at that time. So I'm probably just going to stay put on Labor Day and just be here in this energy of where I'm at. And yes, see, we will talk and get a game plan for that day as I leave here. And Jean says, Ruth would love that park. I know. I wanted to get her there, but we haven't had the chance to do that in the times that we've been together. But if we get there, and we can videotape and see manatees, I'll definitely send her that, or maybe I can FaceTime her and let her see them on the phone. Sally says, working and putting together workshops and classes this weekend. I am so excited to be up there to do the training there and participate in the fundraisers and the things that you have going on, Sally. Christina says, Florida driving alarmed me. Yes, it alarms everybody. You know, we have such a mixture down here of the states that people are from because we're tourists. That's what Florida is. It's a tourist place, the whole state. People come, especially to South Florida, for the beaches, for the entertainment. We have Disney World. So we get the tourists and we get people from all over the country that come in. And, you know, you have different driving styles in different parts of the world. So it's interesting driving on the interstate here in Florida. Believe me, I've done it for most of my life now. I put up with the driving and non-driving, and yesterday was kind of a nightmare with the different people that wanted to go slow or those that wanted to go fast. You had the extremes. You know, you had people on the interstate going like 40 miles an hour and the speed limit 65. So that didn't work so well. And then you had the ones that wanted to go 90 and that didn't work so well. So yeah, very interesting to be on the interstates down here. So what else we got? Suzanne is going on a girls' trip to New Jersey. Oh my gosh, how awesome is that? And I have a good friend in New Jersey. Many of you may know John Fiore. And John, I haven't met in person. So he's very interested in me when I get to New York. If I'm going to be able to do something up there, we have to really chant and pray to make those travel restrictions be lifted by the time I get to New York so that I can do at least something there, you know, meet with you all, maybe do an angel circle or something up in that area. That would be really cool to be able to do it. I know, right? See, I love John Fiore. And I'm thinking, even if I don't get to see him, he's talking about maybe taking the Time Heals training. So that would be awesome to have him in the class and to get all of his beautiful energy mixed in with ours as we do the training. Another voice heard from. Sally says, we are getting yoga back as of the 9th. Awesome. I'm so glad you're going to do that. And hopefully I'll be able to participate in some of that when I'm up there. And Mike John on Periscope is asking what I'm doing today. Well, today is going to be some planning. I'm going to just sit quietly and ask the angels about the trip. I don't want to have it mapped out, but you know, just asking more, because more is being revealed every day. Every day, as I talk, I'm hearing more and more about where I'm going to go and some of the things I'm going to be doing. So that's what I'm doing. And then at 3:00 today, I will be bringing messages from the angels, and actually I will be doing Time Heals energy healing at 3:00, and that will be translated into Spanish. So thank you for asking, Mike John, and blessings to you on today. Mike's on Periscope. And Suzanne says, couldn't you do it in New Jersey? It's so close to New York. I don't know what the travel restrictions are in New Jersey, but hey, that's a possibility. If you New York people that want to meet me would be willing to go to Jersey, we could definitely set that up. I'm sure John would help us to get that going in Jersey. So let's check it out. Anybody here from New Jersey? Probably not. But I'll definitely check on what the restrictions are in New Jersey. In New York, if I'm there more than 12 hours, I have to stay for 14 days in quarantine. So we're really hoping and praying that the restrictions will be more lenient by the time I get up there. That's our prayer. That's our intention. We're going to claim it, and let's just make it happen. Sally says, I was able to create a beautiful weight loss bracelet for a woman from Florida yesterday. She was so happy with our temps here. Oh, I'm sure she was, because it is hot here. It is so hot here in Florida. So, all right, so I see that it is time for us to do our prayer requests. So if you're new to the show, every day we put in whatever our burdens are, and we share that with each other. We lift each other up and see those prayer requests just being taken care of, and everything coming to the very best that it can be. So I will type that in. So you all can just start typing in your prayer requests, please. Okay, there we go. Let's see what else is going on. And yes, Sue said that would be wonderful. Good. Suzanne couldn't, I read that one. Suzanne says Pennsylvania is strict and New Jersey is not on the quarantine list. Okay, well, that's very much a possibility then, that we could set something up. I could have John work with me and set something up in New Jersey where we could do the training there for anyone that wanted to come from New York or Pennsylvania. Suzanne says, please put my whole family into the circle of prayer. We will do that, Suzanne, and also for your travels, because you're going to be traveling with girlfriends this weekend. So we want you to definitely stay safe on the road and have a great time. And C is asking prayer requests for my mother, my furry kids, myself, all my friends, and for our beautiful planet. Yes. Thank you. Marietta, Sabrina, and Daniel, Semper Fi, the Marines. Oh, you're so welcome, Suzanne. I want you kept safe until I get up there and get to meet you live and in person. That's going to be amazing to see some of you and to really get to be in your energy. You know, it's great when we can do this virtually, when we're all gathered and we can see each other, even when you come on here with me, to let us see your beautiful faces, which we need to do again. Let's do that next week. Anyone that wants to come on next week, I'll put the Zoom link in the group. And if you'd like to come on and be here virtually with me next week, on my last week here in Florida, that would be awesome. If anyone wants to do that, we'll just open it up like we did before. Anybody that wants to come in can come in, and we'll chat and really get some great energy going next week for the beginning of the trip. Okay, any other prayer requests? Let's lift up Prachetta and Prachir, and especially Prachetta as she's getting ready to take that journey back to her parents' house. And Hope says, please pray for my cousin, Lorraine Hillett, who has been diagnosed with COVID. Her mother is my mom's twin sister, and she called at 4 a.m. from Birmingham, England to my mom in Jamaica. She said it isn't looking good. Prayers and chants would be so appreciated. Thank you. Absolutely, Hope. We will lift up your cousin and your whole family and put them in that prayer circle today and chant tonight. And Sally says, prayers for everyone to have a safe and memorable, in a good way, holiday weekend. Prayers for Christina and my dual readings tonight. Tonight, what time, Sally? And prayers for a young lady in my group who had just laid her mom to rest yesterday, and for Mother Gaia to continue her healing. Absolutely. And a big part of this journey that I'm going to be going on is doing healing for Mother Earth. And I don't know if you've heard, what the angels have shared with me is that I will be placing crystals around Mother Earth, putting them in the ground and doing a blessing, an angel blessing on Mother Earth as I do the travels to different places. I have some crystals already that have been blessed and infused with the angel energy, and I will be getting more before I head out. I'll be getting more or going into different places along the way where I know it's really good energy and taking crystals with me. So I'm so excited about that. Okay, so other prayers. I think I'm up to Josie. Josie says, my daughter-in-law Krista's father passed. Please keep her and her sister in the prayer circle. We certainly will. For Chetta, special prayers of good health for Shantae, Tony, Wendy, Stacy, and beautiful Hope. Prayers of protection and safety for my beloved fairy Teri. Prayers of peace, abundance, courage, strength, and happiness for lovely Sally, Tracy, David, Prachir, Neil, and everyone here. And yes, we haven't asked about Tony today. Sally, how is Tony doing? And I'm hoping that she's having more good days than bad days right now. And Jean says, prayers for my daughter, Michelle, and all the other teachers who are having such a challenge at this time. People are stressed and tempers are being lost. It's hard not to get caught up in it. Yeah, it's such a challenging time of change because now the kids are, like many of them, are being put back into the classroom. Some of them, it's not consistent. That's what I've heard, that there's certain days they'll be in the classroom and then other days they'll be at home, and kind of alternating that with other kids who'll come in. It's just very confusing. It's a confusing time for our children. So let's lift up our children right now. There's a lot of people that exercise down here, so they're out walking on the road. And the dogs, of course, are going to protect their property. So just letting them settle and do their thing. Okay, Lily Ann. Today I ask for prayers and healing for myself, please. As you know, Teri, I sat for a long time by the river yesterday. In my experience there, I felt so good until late yesterday night. My back was all stiff from my neck and down and nearly can't move at all, and so strong pains and no sleep this night. And my stomach looks like a balloon today. It's just hard. It's very strange. Prayers for all of you here in Mother Earth. Lillian, I hope you can attend at 3:00 my time today. We'll be doing another Time Heals, and I really would love to have you come to that. Christina says prayers for sweet Suzanne, Prachir, and Prachetta, and beautiful Hope and her family. Prayers for everyone in our wonderful group. And Sally, you're on at 4:00. Okay. Or is that live stream, Sally, or is that something that you are doing there in your area? Okay. And C says, I love that, Teri. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I didn't even know, see, at first that that's what was going to happen on this trip. And the more I sat with my crystals, I heard the message very clearly that I was going to be placing those in the earth and doing a blessing in those places, in those vortexes of energy. And I'm excited to be doing that. Prachetta says, Sally, kindly read for me and Prachir. Was trying to locate your post, could not find it. Thanks so much. Okay, Lily's asking for prayers for her grandson, Gabriel, who's sick. I'm sorry, Lily. Lily messaged me and let me know if they ever found out what was going on with his hand and what had happened to him. Let's lift Gabriel up. And Suzanne says, nobody speaks much about the teachers. Prayers and hugs for her and all the teachers. And Prachetta is typed out our chant, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We chant that every night. We are getting close to 3 months of chanting that every night together. So anyone that wants to join in that is at 9 o'clock Eastern time in the evening. And Catherine Kovacs, good morning to you. Christina says, honestly, I think the kids are sometimes more adaptable than the adults. So I'm thinking and praying for the parents and teachers as well. And Sally says, Tony is doing okay. We're both experiencing a lot of body aches, but getting through the days. Need this to give up and get adjusted soon, but I'm afraid to. You're afraid to live stream. Okay. Good morning, Isabel. Erica Hoppy, prayers for healing, prayers for strength. And that was it. Okay, that's our prayer request. Let's go ahead and go into our heart centers. And we do that with the breath. So as you take a breath in, feel the energy. And I'm just going to ask the angels to be present here in the room where I am, to help the animals to settle down. Asking Archangel Ariel for her energy to come in for quiet time for the animals. And let's ask Archangel Raphael to be present, asking for that healing touch for anyone who needs it right now, any of them, any aches and pains, anything physically that's going on, anything emotionally that's going on right now. A lot of emotional upset for many. And then let's call in Archangel Michael, our protector angel, asking Michael to surround all of us with an energy of protection, and safety, and security. Asking Archangel Gabriel to come through for us with inspiration and giving us confirmation. Thank you, Gabriel, for being here with us. And let's call in Archangel Uriel and ask for some earth energy. Ask for some real connection with Mother Gaia. So feel into your energy as you breathe into your heart. Feel that energy traveling down your body, going out the bottom of your feet. And let's connect in with Mother Gaia today. Let's do a check-in on her and just see how it feels down in that crystal center of the earth. So as you visualize that crystalline center, feel the energy of whatever stone is calling you, whatever crystal has your name on it. Just go right to that stone. I'm just feeling into the energy myself, and I'm feeling a very beautiful quartz energy that's calling me. It's a clear quartz. And as I go there and I touch that stone, I feel a vibration. And that vibration is sounding so loud right now in my body. It's coming in for healing. It's coming in for connection, for clarity, to calm down anything physically that's going on. It's a very healing stone. So just whatever your stone is, just wrap your energy around it. Let it come into your physical body, whether it's healing that you need or more connection with spirit, more clarity. Bring that energy up. Maybe you need the rose quartz. I just saw somebody pull a rose quartz up for love. And just breathe in the love. Breathe in that beautiful energy from Mother Gaia. And let's feel grounded in our bodies right now. Feel the strength of your root chakra. See yourself just standing very firm on the ground. You're not wavering. You're not moving. You feel safe and secure where you are. And now let's pull that energy back up to our heart center And in our heart, let's hold all these prayer requests, lifting up everyone that spoke their loved ones' names, that asked for healing for people, some who have contracted the COVID disease, some who have loved ones who have contracted it. And let's pray and intend for COVID to not be an issue in the world anymore, for us to really see that virus going from our world, from our earth. And we are chanting Nam Myoho Renge Kyo for that specific purpose every night, for the end of COVID by November. Let's look at all the prayer requests that were lifted up, whether it was for physical healing, emotional, mental, or spiritual. We are lifting them all up right now to be seen and acknowledged. And let's look at those and say the words of our beautiful Marietta. Everything is working perfectly. Everything is working perfectly. See all of those in the circle in their perfection. Cover them with your love. Ask that source energy shine a white light over each one for healing, for happiness and joy and peace. And then let's release our attachment to the outcome. We don't know what's the perfect outcome in any of those situations. So let's cut the cord, allowing those prayer requests to go directly to source, to be handled in the manner that is the best in their situation. And let's feel into our love right now as we're gathered together. Just hold each other. Just really see each other right now. See the angels that are here surrounding us. Feel into the beautiful angelic energy. And feel that love in your heart that you have for the soul members here in this group, our soul family. And just pick one person to be right near you. You can hug them, you can hold their hand, ever how you want to visualize them. Just say to that one person, I love you. I'm here for you. And now let's do that to our entire group, everyone that's gathered, everyone that's here. Let's hold each other and do our heart telephone. So we're going to do it on the count of 3, and then we're going to say, thank you. I love you. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I love you. I love you all so much. And just hope that you have a most splendid, beautiful, amazing day today. And Prachetta says, hopefully your biological family has gotten adjusted to your idea of spreading love and peace. I think one of my sisters is getting used to the idea. The others are worried, and they're just worried about my safety. So yeah, just keep them lifted up as well as they watch me go about the country, traveling around, and I'll be seeing them on my way out, on my way to New York. Oh, and Sally says, no, I'm afraid to get a chiropractic adjustment. People are not as careful as I would hope they would be. Okay, I got you, Sally. I got you, honey. So let's do it energetically. Let's do an energetic chiropractic adjustment. I am trained in quantum touch, energy healing, as well as others. And with quantum touch, you can do adjustments with energy. So Sally, I will sit with that and focus on you, focus on your back, and see if we can get that adjusted through energy healing. Oh, I love the love you all are sharing. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, I love you. So beautiful, such beautiful words, beautiful energy. I love that you all come here every morning to get your dose of joy. And this will continue as I do the travels. This morning show is something that's so special. And it definitely will be every morning. I will be on with you as I travel around. Yes, Christina, they have doggy doors and they can come and go at will. Thank goodness. But yeah, they go out in the yard and do their thing, do their business, and bark at the neighbors and bark at the construction workers. And then I have dingoes sitting right here beside of me, waiting for some attention. They're just so beautiful. Okay, so we got some work to do today, and hopefully I'll see some of you at 3 o'clock this afternoon, Eastern time, and get another time heal session and feel that energy as it goes through and is translated into Spanish. So I don't see anybody typing our ending words, but you know what they are. And you know that when we say that word namaste, the true meaning of that word is the spirit in me sees, acknowledges, and respects and loves the spirit in you. And that's what we do here. That's what our family does with each other. So, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And the way we end each show every day, there we go, Marietta. Thank you, my sweet darling. And Christina, this is how we end every show. This is also the name of our book that we are writing. And the book is called Namaste, y'all. And I'm still waiting for more chapters. So if you've been writing on yours, let me know and get it in to me as soon as you can. So, and thank you, Jean Lorio. Namaste, y'all. Have a blessed, blessed day. I will see you later. Bye, everybody.